guys, so I decided to do one last video before the end of the holidays, and I was kind of contemplating. I wanted to do an AMV because I usually do a Christmas AMV, but then I was like, why not talk about some of the people in anime that are born on Christmas Day and list some of my favorites. So here you go. First off, I want to do an honorable mention with one of my favorite males in BL who was born Christmas Eve. Takano from World's Greatest First Love. May he finally get the happy ending he deserves with one of the most stubborn men you could ever imagine. Moving on to actual Christmas Day. Our first one up is from the BL Sakushio. This character is not actually a very big character. He's not necessarily my favorite, but this guy, Mr. Kai, he was kind of like a minor villain when he's like a part of a side BL pairing. But I mean, he still has fabulous hair, so he's on the list. Next on the list is two characters from Greyman, an anime I used to be super obsessed with, but over time I just kind of fell out of love with, but I still appreciate these two characters, so I'm going to list them. First on the list is Tiki. I've always had kind of a love-hate relationship with Tiki. Like, I really loved how, deceiving he can be. I love how he goes from like, tramp, messy to just this hot man, but he also temporarily killed the next guy, Alan Walker, and yeah, I've always loved Alan Walker. I cosplayed him once, but honestly, Greyman just got so slow and it got depressing, and I just had to drop it, and honestly, their updates were just way too slow for me, so yeah. Speaking of things that I sort of got out of favor with, the next one on our list is Misa from Death Note. I wasn't as big a fan, honestly, with the manga and anime, and Misa in particular in the anime just kind of annoyed me, but live action Misa was something else. I had a huge crush when I was younger on live action Misa. And I know most people, when I say live action Misa, live action Death Note, they're going to think about this one. No, I hate this one. I reject this one. I prefer to pretend it just doesn't exist. That's not my Misa, okay? I'm talking this one from the very first live action Death Note, which honestly I still think is the best live action anime adaptation ever. She is so cute. Sure, live action Misa is still a little bit of a simp, but she also has amazing style. I could rewatch the live action Death Note on repeat for Misa alone. The Misa from the live action TV series they did at Death Note, which wasn't perfect, but still better than the Netflix version, was just as enjoyable to me, honestly, and I did love that version of Misa as well. Speaking of psychotic simps, this leads us into our next one from Black Cat, the anime, which, by the way, if you haven't watched, I honestly suggest you do. But the villain, Creed, was a super simp for the main character. And it was creepy, but also almost enduring. I love Creed. Look at him. Isn't he fabulous? I almost had a crush on him. I was rooting for him. I was like, you go get your man. You go get him. It doesn't work out. Obviously. But I don't know. I just really wanted to root for him. Speaking of black cats, if you hear weird sounds in the background, like you may have heard just now, that's just my two black cats, Mayu and Nico. They're being terrible, and I can't make them be quiet. What can you do? For the last one, we got probably my most favorite on the list, so you have to save him for last. Yukito from Cardcaptor. There's nothing about him I hate. I love him. he should be the main character of Cardcaptor because he's perfection and he's just doing his best, and he doesn't seem to get what's going on for most of the series, and I love him. Also, he is half of the probably best OTP I've ever experienced, with Toya. Anyways, that's my list. I know it's not a lot of people. I would have thought I would have been into more people born on this day, but I guess I'm not. It is what it is. Also, I find it funny that a good chunk of them do have white hair, but you know what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, and see you next year.